What up, everybody? Welcome in Monday, DFS Army MLB Pre-Lock Show. Razzle and Tattoo. Tattoo, how are you doing?
Um, I'm better than the pitchers on this slate,
Oh,
but
that doesn't.
otherwise, pretty good. I mean, it was awful here this weekend with like 100 degrees, humid, and today is nice, breezy, mid 80s.
It's only in the 70s here today. Um, Actually got to wear a hooded sweatshirt for much of the day, but now it apparently is warming up out there a little bit. Um,
I wear
we're supposed to have
hoodies when
rain
it's
all week
90
long,
outside.
which
I think hoodies keep the
I'm too fat
sun
at this
off of your
point.
body.
Yeah, but then I just sweat too much, and
If it's
that's the one
humid,
thing now when
I
I'm not
can't do it.
like now that I'm not playing ball anymore and being super active outside. Um, the sweat drives me nuts. Before, like it didn't bother me at all. Like whatever, I'll just sit and sweat and be fine. Now, if I start sweating, I get super uncomfortable. So I just have to keep myself cold. So unfortunately, as much as I love wearing hoodies year round, I can't pull it off when the sun's beating down. Got a question immediately. Can I play 40% uranium? Um, I haven't figured out what my percentage is, but I can tell you that uh, he was in today's "What do you win? What do we win when we win?" article in a positive angle. Why is this playing in the background? So I'm gonna be somewhat heavier on Urania. I don't know what your thoughts are about him.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, he's up there for me for whatever that's worth. Um, I think I'll be like when I first look. I think my single entry pitchers maybe May and Urena.
I mean, mine is one of those two and Chase Burns, but
Urena and Burns.
something Burns. Um, but yeah, I think Burns is just based on how this slate looks. Um, for me, it's hard to not just be super heavy on Chase Burns. Um, Mackenzie Gore's ownership is absolutely through the roof. I understand it. I hate it at the same time. Um, but I did just finish with my pitcher article. That did just upload, and Mackenzie Gore has some massive home road splits. So tonight's in that home split, which he's been phenomenal in. Um, it's just a matter of avoiding Buxton and Royce Lewis right now.
Yeah.
What's up, Phil? Appreciate you being here with us on this Monday afternoon. Um, I mean, what are your thoughts on Mackenzie Gore? Is he somebody that you want to be heavier on than Urania, or like, do you like Urania that much? Because you
I
can
mean,
tell
I'd
by
probably be
now it's massively different.
yeah, I'd probably be heavier on Gore. I mean, just I mean, it's a 20 times ownership thing.
Yeah. I hope the field's going to be that heavy on Tang because I will have zero of him. Um, because if he the field's that heavy on him, and if the field's that heavy on one other pitcher on here, I'm going to have a ton of ownership to play around with to gain leverage. I know that the initial notes from you on FanDuel did include this one pitcher, but I'm completely fading Shota.
I probably will. Like I only gave him 2 stars, and
Okay.
I hadn't written anything yet. But yeah, it's a rough one with the
Seeing his
wind blowing out.
ownership so strong with the wind blowing out in Wrigley, like I get it's not as warm as other environments, but like Colorado comes in with some confidence, right? Like they got to have a series at home in Coors, and they went from Coors to Las Vegas, which is even better hitting environment. Um, and it's not like Wrigley when wind's blowing out is that far off. Like
Yeah,
Wrigley with wind blowing out is better than Coors, you know. Um, so I think they just come in with confidence at the plate. So I think Shota's like potentially in trouble because he's such a fly ball guy. Like he's been affected so much in his starts by wind. Um, Now obviously Colorado is weak enough where he can go out there and be strong, right? Like there
yeah.
is a route for him to be the highest raw scoring pitcher. I just don't see it. Um, so that's kind of where I'm getting a ton of ownership flexibility. Um, what are you doing with somebody like Ryan Nelson?
Not really playing him. Um, I just can't find a way to want to get there. I mean, I know there's plenty of strikeouts, but yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that I can't figure out what to do. He currently is not in my player pool, but he's like the borderline, I think, seventh pitcher. Right now, I only have 6 pitchers listed for an 8-game slate. Um,
Yeah.
but like Nelson or maybe Troy Melton could be the 7th guy for me. Um, Based on just plain matchup, I think Nelson's the better play. Um, Based on ability, I think Melton's the better pitcher. So I don't really know what to do in that scenario. Um, but I mean, ultimately, maybe I should be playing both of them because I am playing both pitchers in Sacramento. I'm not sure if you considered either of them, um, but I am sprinkling in some JT Ginn and Jared Jones.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Ken that mentioned something. I can't remember. I could be completely wrong. In the chat, and I was bringing up. I said, remember we had duds in that Vegas series that even when it did look like a 7-5 or something like that, a lot of it was the bullpen late in the game giving them up. And
Yeah,
didn't Ginn have a really good game, if I'm remembering correctly?
I think he was one of the better ones in that series. Um, well, no, Milwaukee did get to him for 5 runs. Uh, I have to look back at when that happened because he did a good job of getting ground balls in that series or in that
Yeah.
game. 11 ground ball outs. He had a start against Philadelphia earlier in May where he got 12 ground ball outs and 0 fly ball outs. So, like, if that pitcher shows up in Sacramento tonight, I'm interested because um, he had 8 strikeouts in that Philadelphia one with all those ground ball outs, too.
Yeah.
So that tells me that he's capable of pitching to the ballpark. He hasn't been very good in this ballpark, but he's done a good job of limiting home runs. His home runs allowed rate is lower in this ballpark than it is on the road. And that's including what's classified as the Las Vegas home game for him.
Yeah, his walks concern me
Yeah,
because then when a home run happens, it's probably going to be somebody on base.
yeah. Having 3+ walks in 3 out of his last 4 starts is kind of a trend that I don't love to follow. To where like if we had more pitching options, or if this was a 10 or 12 game slate, I don't think I would be considering him at all.
Yeah,
I just think there's a bit more K ability in his arm than somebody like Tang tonight, who has similar walk issues. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just hoping that that game duds in that ballpark, um, to where I can get some leverage with those pitchers, because somebody like Jared Jones is also super talented, like big time
yeah,
arm. Just working his way back from surgery, kind of limited to the 70s in terms of pitch count. But we know the A's do strike out. It's just a matter if he can get through Kurtz and Soderstrom. Like his issue is left-handed bats right now,
yeah.
and that that combination, I believe, over the last week has a combined OPS of like 3,000. So like those two guys are super difficult. And Lawrence Butler is actually waking up for the first time in 3 years too. So, um, but yeah, I do you feel really good about being able to go overweight on Dustin May? Like that's probably the biggest question for me on this slate, is because it's Dustin May.
I do. I think the small power surge we saw from San Diego was an epiphany of playing in Camden. I don't think they've turned it around offensively. I think, Dustin May is probably going to get you into the 6th inning, get you 5 or 6 Ks. He doesn't walk a lot of batters. So I think just on this slate, he seems one of the, I can't believe I'm saying, one of the safer pitchers.
Yeah, that saying that makes me really worried. Like when you say it
Yeah.
out loud, like is he really? But
Yeah,
I mean,
hearing it verbally is disturbing.
he's just as, or Mackenzie Gore is just as volatile as Dustin May. So, um, really on the slate, I think we only have one guy that's safe-ish, and that's Chase Burns, right? Like
Yeah.
he's 2 earned runs or less in 12 of his 13 starts. So,
I mean, he's going to get you close to at least play, 20.
and his floor is high enough because he should strike out 7 or so. I was shocked to see that he has not struck out double digits this year in a game yet. And for 11K, I think you kind of need double-digit strikeout upside. But when you're comparing him to the rest of the pitching options on the slate, I think there's just such a big gap between he and everybody else,
Yeah.
which is why we see a $2,500 gap between he and the second highest priced pitcher. Were you going to consider somebody like Giolito before he got moved to being a long reliever tonight?
No.
What about Eric Lauer, who is the second largest favorite on the slate?
Yeah, I'm going to have to probably pass on him as well.
Yeah, I don't like the matchup with the Rays. Not that I think the Rays have a dangerous offense against them. I just don't. They don't strike out at all, and he's not a strikeout guy. So I don't know that there's a lot of numbers in what he can return us.
And, I mean, the wind is blowing out in Dodger Stadium.
I don't remember how the weather affects that ballpark.
Yeah, I can't. It's but it's a consistent out to center. 9 to 7 miles per hour, like straight out the center, and then left is kind of blowing towards center, and right is kind of so it looks like it, funneling everything to the center field. But I mean, Sacramento, 15 miles per hour out to left center.
I feel like that's standard in Sacramento at this point now. If you're trying to work with the DS right now, be leery of the Max Muncy of the A's. He has the Dodgers Max Muncy projection on him. So it's going to make him pop and everything right now.
It's the same thing in the research station. It just combines them.
So, but yeah, offensively, are you eating the chalk tonight in any places? And are you trying to avoid chalk in any places tonight?
I had pretty decent success over that 6 or 7 day stretch with the Vegas games by after the first night, pretty much fading them. I didn't play yesterday at all, but I really don't know if I need to get away from those games. If I did, it could be the Dodgers or St. Louis probably for me. But yeah, the Cubs and the A's really stand out for me. I haven't completely looked at ownership, but I could thoroughly get behind. God, where the hell is Colorado at?
Way down here.
I haven't found a batter yet. Will Castro at 4%.
17.6% total ownership. I get the leverage stacks up now on the screen, but
I mean, I really like Colorado. Like you said, I think they're hitting with confidence. They're not all of a sudden getting sent somewhere unlike where they, like you said, Coors in Vegas, and now they're literally getting a third one in a row. And with that ownership, I mean.
Yeah, Colorado is my biggest stand on the night. I have them way up in my rankings. I have them ahead of Pittsburgh in my rankings.
They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys with an OPS over 800 the last 7 days. I mean, obviously
Right. Yeah, that's definitely my biggest stand is Colorado over Pittsburgh tonight in my rankings, which means Pittsburgh's the one team on the chalk side of things that I feel the best about going underweight on. So, my thoughts on those top teams kind of match the leverage ranking with Pittsburgh way at the bottom. So I don't know what to do with like Cincinnati. I'm not quite as high on them as the field apparently is.
I can't remember if I even listed them.
I did, but they're near the bottom. I know. I'm a little shocked that the field likes the Angels as much as they do, because I thought that was going to be a spot where I could get a little different and be sneaky. Mainly because of Nelson's issues at home. And and the fact that he gives up about 2 home runs per 9. Um, but the fact that they're higher owned than the Dodgers is kind of shocking to me. Um, are you considering like the Twins against Gore or the Mets against Chase Burns at all?
I think the Twins are somebody that I could be high on as a mini stack. Taking, like you said, Bucks and Royce, or even Luke Keuchel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, good thing for us is Royce Lewis is playing third base tonight, so DK is not going to pull third base eligibility from him in the near future because he had been playing first and second since being recalled. I would like to see him get second base / third base eligibility just to make things a little easier. But yeah, I have to play some Twins against Gore. I'm not going to get on the Mets tonight other than Juan Soto. I'll play Soto. He homered off of Burns 3 weeks ago. But I'm just going to believe in Chase Burns as the best pitcher on this slate.
I was just going to say when we were talking about Colorado, and I understand where they've been playing, but like TJ Rumsfeld, besides the 1,400 and over 500 OPS and over 500 ISO, like a 57% fly ball rate, 57% hard hit rate. Carrig, 52% fly ball rate and almost 50 hard hit. Tovar, 50% fly ball, 60% hard hit rate. I mean, they're getting the ball in the air, and Wrigley's going to help them after they do.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to do anything much different than what they've been swinging at.
Yeah.
So they don't have to change a whole lot, which makes it easier. A lot of things you had to make changes coming out of Coors previously. Like they kind of got a little downgrade going into Las Vegas as far as elevation, and then now they come down a little bit more. So it's kind of more gradual rather than an abrupt change. So I'm interested, riding that, I hope. Detroit and Houston stacks. I think that game's probably sneaky. I don't really know what to do. I think I like mini stacks in that game a little bit more.
Yeah, I was going to say mini stacks for me.
Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Dingler, Gleyber Torres maybe, but really it's like Dingler and Riley Green for Detroit that I like the most. And the Astros, it's like Yordan and Christian Walker, really. But
always Yordan.
It is always somebody's dong.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get myself onto Texas more just because like the Twins bullpen is horrendous.
Yeah.
And Paredes is probably only going 3 or 4 innings. They haven't let him at any level. He hasn't gone more than 68 pitches this season. So like I don't think they're just suddenly going to let him go 80 tonight. If you told me he was going to throw 80 pitches tonight, I'd play him, to be honest. So I think I need to mix in some Texas. I just don't feel great about it. And Corey Seager just went on the concussion IL 2 minutes ago. I just don't like the Texas offense. Just doesn't feel great, other than like Jake Berger right now. I mean, maybe Wyatt Langford's waking up. He homered last night. Like I think it was first at bat. But overall, that offense is just. When you look at that lineup, you're like, what?
I was just flipping through some things like team wise, and it was like, oh, the to score 8 runs, the Cubs have the best odds and probability, and get 10 plus hits. It's kind of still the same with the Cubs, Athletics, Dodgers, but hit 3 home runs. The Dodgers soar up. I mean, the Rockies soar up to the top.
Yeah, Shota and his fly ball issues.
Yeah.
Daniel, I did mention Shota in my "What do we win when we win" article, but I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm full fading Shota tonight. Fly ball pitcher like Shota with the wind blowing out in Wrigley has had some rough games. I realize the Rockies do kind of suck overall, but they haven't recently. And I realize it's not super warm in Chicago, but that ballpark is affected more than any ballpark out there by the wind. Any major league park, that is. So I'm going to go with the full fade on Shota and hope that it doesn't destroy me, because it comes with me going heavy on the Colorado Rockies bats tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to build up Rockies now and see what it leaves me. Let's see. I want Goodman, Rumsfeld, Castro, Carrig.
Always got to play Cole Carrig.
And then I guess Tovar at shortstop.
Yeah, I'm mad DK check.
All right, with
eligibility away.
With Burns in May and a 5-man Colorado stack, I still have almost 4,000 per person left. With third and 2 outfielders. I mean, so.
I mean, you can do all sorts of things. Royce Lewis and Buxton.
Yeah.
With like a $3,800, or is it closer to $3,000? I don't remember what Buxton price is right now. 69.
Buxton is 5,900 on.
So like you'd have like 3,200 or something for a one-off outfielder. But
yeah, you got 2,700 for a one-off outfielder.
2,700, like Noel Marte, who's been out
there. Somebody that's red hot, I think, for Noel Marte.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to do the Twins with like.
Yeah.
Like you could go like Max Muncy as a one-off at third, and then look at outfield combinations. You could do Isaac Paredes and maybe Jordan. I don't think you can, actually. Not quite enough money.
Jordan alone knocks you down to $2,650 for your third baseman and outfielder.
Yeah, you won't be able to do Paredes and Jordan. But yeah, I mean,
but you want to,
you could do like Jordan and Jordan Walker or something for the Cardinals too. Like, I think that gives you a lot of different options.
You could do like Bregman, Suzuki, and that leaves you 2,900. For somebody.
I don't know if Suzuki's in the lineup, is he?
He's batting fourth.
Because he left yesterday early, so that's why I was.
Yeah, they have him confirmed fourth.
Yeah. One of the older DFS videos was talking about stacking 1 through 6 only for main stacks. Does that still hold true? I don't believe it does. It's something that I wouldn't do. I like wrap stacks. 9 around the top. I think, like, to give you an idea, like 7 spot in the A's lineup, if it's Zach Geloff, that's a spot I want to have in my build because Geloff's been on fire for the A's. Um, I think it's too much of I don't know, a random thing. Ryan Ward's in the lineup for the Dodgers, hits a ton of home runs. He's not really known by anybody, but it's just tough to leave out some of these guys. Andy Rodriguez in that ballpark, if he's hitting 7th for the Pirates. I think it's more of a team by team basis on who to not go with.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's personal preference, I guess, or whatever. But I just think you're missing out on too much by doing that. Because a lot of times now, that's then going to force your like one off or your mini stacks to be more value based.
Yeah.
Because traditionally the 1 through 5 guys are going to be the most expensive hitters on a team. So I don't really want value based as my one off. I really don't want value based as a 2-man stack unless it's a super rare occurrence, right? Like,
yeah,
where you have somebody hot and then you have like some big name prospect or something that doesn't have his price jumped right away and he's up or something. Just something unique that would change in that regard.
And you think, well, Colorado offers, like, my 5-man stack only has 2 guys above 3,900, and Rumsfeld is one of them being 4,300, and then you just got Goodman at 5,200, and you get rid of Burns if you don't want to pay up there, and Urena or Gore, if you're not stacking Pittsburgh, take a shot on Ginn. But Urena moves you up to 4,700 per person left.
That's a big difference.
Then you take Paredes
and
Yordong, and you got 4,100 for your one-off. Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah.
Lars Newbar.
Lawrence Butler, even. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it'd be cool to have 4,200 or 4,400 to be able to use Riley Green or Ian Happ.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
make Yordong the one-off, and you got 4,000 for your third and other outfielder.
Yeah, I think third's kind of straightforward for me tonight. So, of who I want to use, at least. Like Geloff and Muncy if I'm spending up, and then if I'm not, down to Royce Lewis, maybe Blaze Jordan, Will Wagner for the Padres.
Colt Keith and Raleigh Green, and I have 7,200 left for my outfielder.
So then you can go Shohei. I mean, but
let's see. Go Shohei, and you would have 9,000 for your pitcher, which you're right now. So you have $7,700 left if you wanted to, change that.
Running low on time now. Do you want to go and give your favorite position by position?
Yeah.
And I'll
run through that
one
real
that
quick.
You didn't mention.
Where went I? I will say my favorite catcher is going to be Hunter Goodman. First base, It's a lot. I mean, first base is always so many. Um, I think Michael Bush is in a good spot. Obviously, I mean, but I would probably lean T.J. Rumsfeld. But it's a million. Um, Second base, I guess just not going with the normal, but I like Brandon Lau always. Third base, it's tough. Probably um, Muncy is probably my favorite. Shortstop, shortstop is not great. I think probably just throw Giloff in there at short. Is he eligible?
On DK, he's second and third base eligible.
Second and third. Um, yeah, shortstop is tough. Mookie. Outfielders, obviously, you always got a million of them. But I like Carrig, Soderstrom. My cores were basically the Cubs outfield and Buxton,
Yeah.
While you do yours, I'll figure out my home run call.
For me at catcher, probably gonna be somebody that we didn't talk about, Logan O'Hoppe. I like the way that he swung it, and he just has a lot more power than he's shown so far this year, and he's gonna be low owned away from the obvious. Um, First base, I'm gonna go with Nick Kurtz just because I think he fits the game just super well. Um, but don't forget about Alec Burleson and how hot he's been. Getting a couple of bats against Toledo, most likely. Second base is probably where I'll play Zach Geloff a little bit. He's really the only guy that I'm super interested in at second base because some of the other guys I'm playing at third and shortstop. Third base for me, it'd be Royce Lewis. And at shortstop, it's going to be Willie Castro. He's second base or shortstop eligible, so like interchangeable, but Willie Castro swinging it pretty well, hitting leadoff. I like it right now. He's one of those guys that I just love playing when he's hot because he puts up some fantasy points pretty quickly. Outfield, like I think my favorite Cubs outfielder is Ian Happ. You mentioned Soderstrom, who's one of my cores on the site. Obviously Buxton, but like it's like Riley Green, probably one of my favorites that nobody's really going to talk about at all. And then Lawrence Butler, who probably gets overlooked a little bit in an A stack as long as he's in the lineup tonight. But yeah, give him some dongs, and then we can get out of here so that I can go pick my daughter up from her first ever basketball camp.
Your high odds at probably close to 700 is TJ Rumsfeld. Your surer things, Shea, Happ, and Yordong.
Yeah. I think I have to go with Tyler Soderstrom at his odds. 375 feels pretty good for a guy that's been on fire.
Yeah.
Alec Burleson, 412. Probably the two guys that I like. I think you can pick somebody on Detroit: Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Dylan Dingler. They kind of make sense to me from a dong call. Yeah, that's probably about it. I mean, Royce Lewis still has pretty good odds with how he's been swinging it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, he traditionally hasn't been as good against left-handed pitchers as he's been against right-handed pitchers. So that's one thing that holds me back. But that's all we got for today. I'm getting out of here. We're back tomorrow around the same time, same scenario. I'm going to have to hurry. But yeah, hit us up in Discord. Hit the link in the description if you aren't a member of DFS Army. Promo code RAZ or Tattoo gets you 10% off an MLB package. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen, Best Ball 2026 gets you 20% off any NFL or VIP Core 4 membership for the life of your membership as well. Check out my pitching video. In that, it has a link to the merch store. You can check out some of the designs that Tattoo has put together. You can check out mine. I need to get more sales on that one, so I solidify the number one spot in the merch department. We'll be back tomorrow. If we're not winning, hopefully one of you guys takes something down, tag us in Discord, on X, or whatever with screenshots of the W's. Best of luck tonight. Helmets up. We'll see you tomorrow.
Got the best coaches in the game. We really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block. Helmet's casket is top. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision. We got too many. Tick the tech. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, recruit. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just dropped. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted.